Okay, great. So today I would like to welcome a new guest. This is Kaitlyn Deiter. So Kaitlyn, why don't you say hello?
Hello.
I'm so glad that you're on with us today. We're going to do a really cool interview and talk about your early career, your high school career, and then your college career coming up. So I just have a couple questions to ask you before we get started. Where were you born?
I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, great. And how old are you?
I'm 18.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what high school do you currently attend?
I go to Bishop Eustace.
Okay, and what year will you graduate?
I'm a senior, so I'll be graduating this year, 2020.
That's fantastic. So I want to just ask you some questions now. What made you choose Bishop Eustace?
So I've been attending Catholic school since preschool and wanted to continue that Catholic education. My grade school was really small, so I felt that going to a smaller school would help me. I do better in that kind of an environment. My brother attended Bishop Eustace before me, and so did some of my cousins. So the academics were something that I've always looked up to, and I really wanted to be challenged that way. So that was really what made me choose the school.
That's great. Let's hear about a little bit about your family, with your parents and siblings. If you don't mind talking about that, please.
So I live with my mom and my dad, my two brothers, and my mom and papa. My dad grew up in Marlton, and my mom grew up in Hynella. They met at Lafayette. I have an older brother, JD, who's 20 and attends Virginia Tech, and a younger brother, Joseph, who's 15 and goes to Bishop Eustace with me. And we're actually getting a dog at the end of May.
What kind of dog are you going to get?
A yellow lab.
Okay, is a boy or girl?
A boy.
So do you have names picked out?
We're thinking Cooper.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, you know what? There's something positive. Hopefully you'll be able to take the dog home and enjoy and relax and just have some fun with the dog. That's fantastic. Yeah. So where do you live now?
I live in Marlton.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about Marlton. What's it like?
So it's a really big town, and it has a big public school system, but my parents, as I said, they chose Catholic school, so I went to St. Joan of Arc. I participated in sports at St. Joan of Arc and also through Marlton, so I know a lot of the people around the town.
That's cool. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
So what position do you play?
So it's funny because for high school I play a power forward, and for AAU I played shooting guard and small forward. So I was recruited as a guard, so that's what I'm going to be playing in college.
Okay. So what do you think are the major differences between the two positions, and what do you like the best about playing a guard?
I definitely like guard better just because of the shooting. I wasn't always a big fan of post moves, even though I'm pretty good at them. I just liked being on the outside better.
Okay, great. So if you could, choose any word to describe yourself, what would it be and why?
I would probably say unselfish because I'm all about the team winning. Individual stats have never been very important to me. If my name doesn't get into the book or something, as long as the team's winning, I'm happy. When it comes to basketball, I enjoy helping others experience the joy of the game. For the past 4 years, I've been doing a 4th grade intramural program at my grade school where I teach kids the basics of the game. Watching them improve reminds me of why I fell in love with the game, and it's just so fun to do.
So when did you actually start playing basketball?
I started playing when I was 7.
Wow. So what grade? About second, third? Probably about second grade, I would assume. So did you play any other sports coming up?
Yeah, I played soccer for 7 years, softball for 4, and lacrosse for 5 years.
So which one was your favorite out of those that you
Probably
played?
lacrosse.
Okay. Why did you like lacrosse so much?
It's sort of like basketball, I guess, just the defensive part. I played defense, so it was sort of like that. And it's just fun. It's so different. I run more, and I was always with my friends, so it's just always fun.
Okay. What do you remember about your early basketball experience?
So my dad always coached me when I was little, and then I lived down the shore in the summer, when I was little. So I played in a co-ed outdoor basketball league down there that I loved. And I remember travel basketball in 4th and 5th grade with all my Marlton friends, and it was so fun. And just playing for St. Joan of Arc when I was little, it was just so fun.
That's cool. So what do you enjoy the most about the game of basketball?
I think I love the competitiveness of the game. I can push myself every day to become a better player, and I like the fact that I can learn from my teammates and coaches, and that no two games are the same. It's just so fun for me.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest with you. I just love the game. It's just so much fun to see, kids and teams compete, the camaraderie. the great sportsmanship, and then the respect that, the players have on and off the court, which is, fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
So who are your basketball role models and why?
Growing up, I always loved watching the UConn women's basketball team with my dad. I love watching them, just seeing how they won all the time. It was amazing to watch. But I don't really have a specific basketball player that I look up to. I have a cousin, Zach Gallen, who's a pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he's just someone I really look up to. He shows me that with hard work and determination, you can accomplish great things.
Okay, let's talk about your high school career so far. So what's going on with, the season's now over. Have you decided what you're going to do in the future?
Yeah, I've committed to the College of New Jersey, where I'm going to be playing basketball.
Okay, great. So can you maybe give us a little bit of background about your basketball achievement and awards, if you don't mind talking about that?
Yeah, so I earned second team all-conference junior and senior year in high school. I was an unsung hero sophomore, junior, and senior year. I was selected for the SJIBT all-tournament team this year, and I was co-MVP for the tournament in Florida. For school-wise, I'm a member of the National Honor Society, and I'm a member of Math, English, and French Honor Societies.
Wow, I mean, that's a great combination. An awesome athlete and a scholar student too. So it's fantastic, honor student. So what are your strengths this season?
So this year I was a starter, and I led our team in assists, which is something that I'm really proud of. I also led in rebounds. As a team over the last 2 years, we had 2 20-win seasons, which is something we're really happy about. One of my strengths that has always served me well is my ability to see the court. I can always see the open person on fast breaks, and it has helped me minimize my turnovers. It's something that my coaches always say that I do extremely well. And my coaches have also used me at the top of the press because of my wingspan. It helps me get a lot of blocks and a lot of steals.
That's fantastic. I mean, that skill set's going to really help you and translate to the next level in college, when you go to play guard.
Yeah, definitely.
What are your weaknesses, and what are your areas of the game do you want to improve for the future?
So most people who know me know I struggle with free throws from time to time, and I would really like to improve on that. But I also want to be more of a consistent offensive threat throughout the game, just scoring more and having more of an effect on the score.
Okay. So can you do me a favor, and why don't you, go over a couple personal goals that you want to try and accomplish and achieve?
Yeah, so before next season, when I start in college, I definitely want to get stronger, and I want to work on my shooting since I'm transitioning back to a guard.
Okay. What is your most memorable basketball moment or moments for this high school season?
It definitely was the KSA Championship in Florida with my team over spring break, or over winter break, sorry.
Okay, can you talk more about that? Let us know about that experience.
Yeah, so we do it every 2 years. So I went my sophomore year and my senior year. It's the varsity team that goes. And we won our sophomore year. So going back the senior year, we definitely wanted to do that again. The teams we play down there are really good. It's such great competition to start the season with. It really boosts our confidence. It definitely helped with the rest of our season. We just had so much confidence from winning those games and getting those power points for playoffs.
Yeah, I think also too, your team chemistry was just amazing.
Yeah, definitely. We are a very old team with all our seniors, so we've been playing with each other for 4 years now, and we're all really close. And it definitely helped on the court. We call it like a sixth sense. We could just see where each other were going to be.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to watch Bishop Eustace play several times. I saw them play South Jersey versus the Shore when you played Rumson Fairhaven. I watched you guys play Bishop Eustace play Cherokee, and I also watched you play in the playoffs against St. Thomas Aquinas. And I was very, very impressed with the team energy, the way you moved the ball. It just seemed like you're able to pass the ball off without even talking. The communication was there. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just so fun playing for the team. I'm definitely going to miss it so much.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about, other sports you played in high school. What else have you played sports-wise?
So I played lacrosse freshman and sophomore year. It was more just something to do. It was fun, and I was with all my friends. I was still playing basketball. I was doing AAU while I was playing lacrosse. So lacrosse was something to get my mind off of basketball for a little and just have fun before I went to practice.
That's great. So first of all, I want to congratulate you on your decision to continue your basketball career. And TCNJ is an unbelievable school. Can you talk a little bit about, the process and what made you pick TCNJ?
Yeah, so I was recruited by a bunch of Division III schools and a couple Division II schools, but I decided that my major was going to be nursing, so I had to take a lot of schools off the list because a lot of schools just don't have a nursing program. I ended up choosing between TCNJ and one other school. When I did my overnight at TCNJ, I fell in love with the school. The players and the coaches were all so nice. It was everything I was looking for, basketball and school-wise. And it was just the perfect distance because my family will be able to come to see my games and visit often.
Can you talk a little bit about the campus and what it's like? Is it a big school or small
school?
So
it's on the smaller side. Yeah, it's I mean, it's just perfect for me, I think. Like, it's beautiful and it's close by home. It's just perfect.
Well, how far away is it from your house?
It's like 40 minutes.
Wow, that's great. So if you ever needed to come home, you can just pop home, or parents can drop by and spend some time with you, which is fantastic. And you'll still have your privacy and your college,
Yeah,
experience.
Definitely. My brother goes to Virginia Tech, which is like 7 hours. So I definitely knew I didn't want to do something like that. So this is perfect for me.
So you mentioned that you wanted to be a nurse. What made you decide that you wanted to get into
nursing?
I
always knew I wanted to do something in the medical field, but I was never really sure. I don't really know too many people that are in the medical field, so I wasn't sure about the different types. But my friend unexpectedly went into the hospital, and I visited her and saw how the nurses worked and what they did, and it made me realize that it was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
That's great. So I hope, I do wish you luck with that. It's going to be a lot of schoolwork. So my question to you is, how are you going to balance studying and playing basketball at the same time?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard, but I know I have to be on top of everything and plan ahead. I've really always been good with my time management, and I think that comes from attending a school like Bishop Eustace where there's a heavy workload. I know how to plan my assignments around basketball and make sure everything is done by its due date.
Okay. So what do you do besides basketball? Do you have any hobbies?
So I love to bake, which is what I've been doing during quarantine, and listen to music and just hang out with friends and family. And when I have downtime in the summer between AAU and everything else, I spend as much time as I can at my grandparents' shore house in North Wildwood. I love going to the beach and out on the boat, and I actually just got my jet ski license, so that will be fun this summer.
That's exciting. So I got to ask you about your baking. So what do you bake?
Honestly, anything. Like, my brothers and my dad will just be like, can you make this? And I'm like, okay, whatever.
So what's the best thing you've ever made?
I don't know. I make a pretty good cake, I guess.
Okay, so what kind of cake?
My family's really plain when it comes to food, so we do vanilla cake with chocolate frosting.
Hey, you know what? Simple is good. So as long as it's delicious and tasty and moist, I think everybody's going to enjoy it. And I just love how you mentioned the fact that you enjoy hanging out with your family and friends. So there's a lot of young ladies that are looking to play in college. Can you give them any words of advice or encouragement that would probably help them along the way in this recruiting process?
Definitely. So college coaches are looking not just at your basketball skills, but at your ability to be a good teammate. Make sure you always have a positive attitude and are always cheering on your teammates. Remember, it's not always about the points college coaches are watching, but they love to see the assists, charges, blocks, and lots of energy on defense. I, for one, was not a big scorer. I really did a lot of the other stuff to help the team win. So it ended with me getting to go to play basketball next year. So it works. Even if you're having a bad game, stay positive. Many coaches will come to more than one game. And also try to get your name out there. Email as many schools as you can that you've interest in. It can never hurt. And most importantly, have fun. Being recruited can be very stressful, but always remember the game is supposed to be fun. If you aren't having fun, you shouldn't be doing it.
Well, how did it feel when you finally decided on a college to
It's like a
attend
weight off your shoulder. It's so nice because it's such a stressful process with everything. So it's just so nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited for you. I know it takes a lot to achieve your goals, and you do have a lot of help and guidance along the way. So who played a really major role in your success? Who would you like to thank if you had that opportunity?
So my dad has definitely been my biggest influence when it comes to basketball. From the beginning, he's coached and mentored me. He is fully devoted to helping me become the best player and person I can be. He knows a lot about basketball and is always sharing it with me. Whether it be shooting outside or giving me advice after a game, I can always count on him. While we don't always agree when it comes to basketball, I will always be thankful for everything that he's done for me. I would also like to thank my mom for giving up her summers and traveling all over the country for me for AAU. Whether it was Kentucky, Indianapolis, or Chicago, she was always right by my side cheering me on. I'd also like to thank her for picking me up after I've had a bad game. She's always there to give me a pep talk and help me focus on the next game. My mom and dad are my rocks, and I can always rely on them for anything. I will forever be thankful for their endless love and support. Next, I would like to thank my brothers, JD and Joseph, for always pushing me to be a better player. Whether it was outside playing one-on-one, doing drills together, or cheering me on at games, they've always been supportive. I want to thank my grandparents for supporting me at every game they can get to and always believing that I can shine. I'd also like to thank my high school coaches, Coach Considine, Coach Chuck, and Coach Denise, for everything that they have done for me in the last few years. From helping me with my post moves, foul shots, or just being a good basketball player in person, they've helped so much. Also, I'd like to thank my AAU coaches, Coach Aaron and Coach Brian, for helping me believe in everything, for believing in me and pushing me. I cannot forget my grade school coach, Mrs. Brandt, for instilling in me the love of the game at an early age. I have played with some amazing teammates throughout the years who have pushed me in practices and games. I am thankful for and will forever cherish the memories we have made. Without all of my coaches and teammates throughout the years and along the way, I would not be able to compete at the next level. Finally, I would like to thank South Jersey basketball for everything that it has given me over the years. I'm eternally grateful.
Wow, that's just amazing. Just listening to you and hearing about all the different people that supported you, that's amazing. I mean, having a strong family and having support from your family and knowing that your family is there, it makes a big difference, I think, in your confidence and the way that you play on the court. And I could just tell, like, watching you play, man, you just really enjoy the game and you just love what you're doing. So I want to congratulate you. We're getting ready to wrap things up. I think that you did a wonderful job on this podcast, and hopefully there's some, young ladies that are out there in South Jersey and, North Jersey or wherever you're at and that are looking to play basketball in college. And hopefully they're inspired by your story and, they'll follow some of your advice.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.